Hi, my name's Ashley Seal. When I read this article, I could definitely say I did not go into it with an open mind at first. I was very shocked. I was very like, why would anyone go through these, unnecessary or these barbaric things in order to, obtain whether it's like youthfulness. I mean, this tribe wants so badly in order to like heal their bodies, and they want to be able to longevity, like health, beauty, whatever it may be. And after reading it, there was just something in my head that was constantly like, why does this sound so familiar? Why does this sound plastic surgery? Here in America, we are obsessed with plastic surgery. I mean, I can definitely say in my age group, I see it all the time. I'm 30, and my friends and family members around my age, I mean, whether it's Botox or augmentations or fillers or anything of that sort. And then I had to kind of dive a little deeper and ask myself why. So to me, it's very much trying to, it's funny because when I think about it, my grandma has always said that in her age group or her friends or, whoever it is she talks to, aging is a sign of the fact that you've lived a good life. And when you age or when, by graying or wrinkling or anything of that sort, you have lived life. So by the end of it, you're okay with going out because you've lived so much. So now here in America, it's we poke and prod ourselves constantly in order to, maintain youthfulness. And while it may not be on the inside, we want to portray that we have that youth in us still. And so we go through all of these painful procedures, and it is barbaric. You go in and you're under a knife for an amount of time. There's a healing process, everything like for what? Just in order to, make our skin look 5 years younger or what have you. So when I was looking into that and like the practices and rituals or anything like that in our culture, this isn't something that can just go in and be done. And okay, so you go in and you get Botox. That has to be done every 6 months to a year. So this isn't like a one and done type of thing. These have to constantly be repeated processes in order for you to obtain and to keep that, that youthful look or whatever it may be. And not only that, but let's just talk about, in the article I read about what they do for like weight loss or weight gain. I mean, that is a huge thing here as well. We see all these fad diets all the time, people taking, medication in order to lose weight and putting kind of themselves at risk just in order to maintain this image that we as a society have built for people to believe that needs to be obtained. And it's kind of unobtainable sometimes. So that is another thing that I've seen very much. And again, if you are, genetics play a role into it. So if you are dieting and then you gain weight, you have to go into, it's a pattern. You're constantly going back and forth. Or even we'll go into like a religious standpoint. I mean, I'm a Christian, so I believe that there are, ways I need to act and behave and to portray myself and, tasks I need to do in order for me to not just get into heaven, but to deserve to get into heaven. So me, reading the Bible or, going to church events or anything of that sort, just remaining like a good person, which honestly to me doesn't take any practice. But these are all things that we do constantly in order to have the belief that we are going to make it to our end goal. And those all come with obviously rituals and patterns and of every sort. So that is, that's something that's huge as well. And if we look back on history and like the things that have changed, let's just go into plastic surgery. Even 20 years ago, plastic surgery wasn't what it is now. Now it's so easily, I can make an appointment and go get Botox in 30 minutes, which will obviously take care of my fine lines and wrinkles, and I will look 5 years younger, which is kind of the goal with Botox. Obviously, like there's preventative in order to keep you from aging, but again, it kind of goes against the point. So, 20 years ago, while people aged beautifully, or even if you go back a little further, now it's so different. It's not, you don't have to have all the money in the world in order to obtain plastic surgery. You can go in and get it, and it's obviously like super painful. It's not a fun experience, but at the end of the day, it's so much more obtainable than it was then. So that is something that has changed drastically. I think that when looking into, like I mean, I could go into religion or into, obviously, plastic surgery, or even like dentistry or doctors, anything like that. But I think when you kind of look into the society that we've built and this unobtainable image that we've created for ourselves as Americans, I think it's detrimental. And I think it's not just detrimental to your body, I think it's detrimental to your mental health. I mean, we are all trying to live on this pedestal in order to what we think is perfection. And in reality, there's no such thing as perfection. I mean, we could try all day, but there's always going to be somebody out there that's better looking or has like something that you want. So it's just a constant chase. And I think that to most people, that whenever mentally that's failure, if you can't obtain it, it's not okay to them. So I think that this is far more detrimental. And I think that reading this article has really given me an insight to that, to how much we do sit there and put ourselves through all these unnecessary processes in order to obtain something that is not obtainable. And I was reading an article on Course Hero that kind of went through the article and, depicted everything, kind of topic by topic. And in the end, when it kind of explained to me that it's poking fun at American culture, it was true. So like reading into it more and more, I'm like, oh my gosh, we do put ourselves through all these things, which I was kind of thinking about the entire time I was reading the article. But whenever I read the Course Hero article, I was very saddened, to be completely honest, by the amount of things that we go to in order to obtain a goal that really is out of reach. So it's going to constantly leave us in a wanting and a yearning to be better than we are, when all we need to do is accept ourselves as humans. But yeah, that was honestly an incredible read. It was great to kind of look into it more and to get a full, a different mindset on it. I mean, we've grown up in this, especially me, I've grown up in this culture where poking and prodding ourselves in order to get just a little bit prettier has always been something that I've wanted to do. I'm like, I want Botox, I want this. And now after reading that, I'm like, why do we put ourselves through these things? So anyways, thank you so much. I hope you all have a great day.